for recording.
I'm good?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies, gentlemen, and people of other genders, welcome back to the Film Critics Society. I'm one of your esteemed co hosts, Aiden Billing, and this is my other esteemed co host, Daniel Eng. We are back. Finally. Uh, we've both been very busy. Life is getting in the way. It's not. We aren't teenagers anymore, so we're struggling to find time, but you know what? We're still making time for each other because I like this guy, and I think he likes me too. I don't know. I'll have to check my sources on that one, but yeah, we'll see. But he likes his girlfriend more now. You know, it's like I don't even matter. Okay, let's just get into this stuff before I start doing another bit.
He
Okay,
also lives in Windsor, at
she's
least.
in
It,
Windsor right now.
no, you live in Windsor at least 8 months out of the year. More, kind of more than that, right?
Yeah. Wait, are you dead ass? She's in Windsor right now.
No, 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 no. I was saying you live. I was only saying you live in Windsor 8 months out of the
Oh,
year.
I thought you were saying that Liv was in Windsor. I was like,
No, no, no,
okay,
no, no.
all right, it's my chance to eliminate the competition. Sorry,
No,
sorry, sorry,
no other choice.
sorry. Joking, joke. Lord. Anyways, shall we get into some news before I really go off the rails here?
Uh, yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Did you have
Yeah,
a bigger, piece of news for us to start off?
yeah. I don't know if I can't remember if we talked about this last time. Did we talk about the new Mummy movie coming out?
Mummy?
Yeah, like
Oh, like Brendan
they're getting
Fraser?
Brendan Fraser and those guys back to make
Yeah,
another Mummy movie.
I did see
Did
that
we?
a while back. I don't know. Maybe we did. Was
I
there
don't
new?
know. Well, I mean, I'll just briefly touch on it in case we did. You know, they're making another one. They're getting all the original cast back. Very happy about that. So I like those movies. I even have a shirt that I can't remember what the shirt says. I think it's right here. That's all right. There's no. It's okay. We'll do that later. But like, no, it's yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. And I'm excited to see those people back because I don't know. The content we've gotten from that like franchise has not been great, especially the Tom Cruise movie. That's been a bit weird. But yeah, glad to see those people back. And I always love Brendan Fraser, so happy to see that. I guess another big piece of news I saw was that they are doing. They are in. There's talks right now of bringing Zack Snyder on to do a like an Escape from New York remake, and I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I just kind of like. I feel like Zack Snyder in more recent years, like the more like creative freedom he's gotten, he's kind of leaned more towards like style over substance. When I think before in the past, when there's a bit more oversight, he had a good mix of both, like in terms of his filmmaking abilities. And now it's just like, especially with like the Rebel Moon franchise, it feels like he's sort of gone off the creative deep end a little bit and hasn't really made anything of note in a while. So I guess the only exception to that would be when he had full creative control over like his version of Justice League. That wasn't actually too bad, although it was very long and probably should have been a miniseries. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the I mean, I'm not very interested in his work generally speaking,
Yeah.
even before when it was like I guess more acclaimed. And I know he's making like I thought was almost doing it like an independent movie. I thought he had like sort of in the works coming up. I don't remember what that was called or who was with. What was it?
Hmm.
The last photograph. I think it might come out this year. That's what it's called. He's the cinematographer. Hans Zimmer's doing the score. The premise is an
Interesting.
ex-DEA operative searches the South American mountains for his missing niece and nephew after their parents are murdered. With the help of a war photographer who witnessed the killers, he confronts his past as their journey blurs the line between the reality and the surreal. So it kind of sounds like him kind of doing
Interesting.
like, when some filmmakers are like, I'm just gonna go to the jungle and like make a movie or like go to the wilderness and just like shoot stuff.
Yeah.
This kind of sounds like that, but since he's Zack Snyder, he'll still have like probably 10 million plus. I don't know who's. I think he like it is
Yeah,
an independent film though. Like it doesn't have like funding from like a
interesting.
big studio.
I actually hadn't heard about this. Maybe that could be interesting, honestly. I mean,
Yeah.
if he's got Hans Zimmer to do the score. That's already a good start. I mean, and the premise is intriguing.
Yeah, it's kind of his disclosure. Well, I say it's his disclosure day in some ways because it's a story by him, but then someone else did the screenplay, which is the case for Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
But he's also the cinematographer on this project. Uh, the guy who's writing it helped him do the screenplays for the Rebel Moon films. Atomic Blonde he did a screenplay for, and the 300 movies.
Oh,
So
okay.
not the most inspiring collaborator necessarily, but and I think the actors are not as like they're not really their names are Stuart Martin and Fra Free. One of them's Irish. Fra Freeze. Fra Fee,
Fra
not
Free.
no Fee. Sorry, my bad. They were in
Fra Fee.
2012's Les Mis. But I mean, again, it's interesting that he's doing an independent project. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at TIFF, you know. Oh, Aiden at TIFF
Next night at TIFF
2026
would go
coming up,
crazy,
right?
man.
Aiden at TIFF
Yeah.
2026. Can we make it happen?
I will be at TIFF this year, barring any other unfortunate food poisoning incidents. But I think this year I'm going to keep my stomach free of harmful bacteria, so I should be there.
Yeah. Um,
I'll make it, and I would look
yeah.
forward to it. Honestly, like yeah, no, it'd be pretty sweet to get to do that.
Yeah, it'd be fun even if we had like one movie and we just hung out for a bit.
Oh yeah, no, I'll make time. Like
You know.
my defense is around the week of the 14th to the 18th, and then after that we're good.
Okay.
And then I go to Europe after the 16th of October, so we got some time there. We got
Okay.
time.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
I do.
we'll keep in touch because TIFF discussion season's already happening. The press applications have opened. Uh,
Yep.
yeah. So we'll see what it is. You know, obviously a lot of speculation about what's coming out in the fall.
Cool. I do have one more piece of news
Yeah.
before
Go
I'll
ahead.
let you get into your stuff, if that's all right.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were going to talk about this, but I think they just announced this a couple days ago. But sorry, pardon me, I just had breakfast. 24 Jump Street is happening. I I like reasoning that the producer gave for calling it 24 Jump Street. It's like it took so long to get this one out that they had to skip one. I thought that was pretty funny. And it's nice to see Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, and Ice Cube all coming back. Not the duo behind the like who directed the first two movies, Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, only returning as producers. But I mean, they've still got one of the directors of the Spider Verse films and one of the writers from those movies as well to be that team. So I think it's in good hands. I'm intrigued to see what they can do. Those guys are always funny. I think they're good on screen together. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. What do you think about this?
It is very funny that we're such in a deep age of sequels that, and like, I think Channing Tatum's always just been down to do it. I think he had a lot of fun making those movies, and they were successful for him, obviously.
Yeah.
Jonah Hill has, like, I think well, apparently it was also one other producer, I thought they said was a holdout. I don't know if that producer finally said, sure, we're gonna make it. I think it was like
Yeah.
the guy who held the
I think
original
that's what it
rights to the
was.
Jump Street series or something like that.
Yeah, I honestly think that's what happened. I think because I know for a fact that like Channing Tatum was like publicly shaming him almost, like not calling him
Yeah,
out by name, but just like putting pressure on him by saying
right.
like, oh, there's this one producer who was like a cheapskate basically, and he just wouldn't like cough up the money for the next one, and like that was literally it. And then I guess he just kept talking about it for years on end, and kept on getting audience interest to the point now where they're like, okay, we can't not make this movie, so. I mean, I hear you though. Like there is so many There is so many sequels out there right now. I will say though, we are also in an era of really cool original films. Like, I mean, we're talking about one today, Disclosure Day. Although it does take inspiration from other sci-fi movies of the past, still an original film. And then we've got Obsession. I mean, The Backrooms is based off of a concept, but considering the director is the one who made that concept in the first place, I think it counts as an original film in this regard. So
Yeah, I think he said
yeah,
himself though that he wasn't the first one to start doing backrooms like content or
was he
building the
not?
lore. He was just a part. Yeah, I think he said
Oh,
himself that like he was like one of the early adapters, and maybe some of his backrooms
oh, was
videos
he?
in
Okay.
particular were some of the most popular. But I think he himself said that like people have been creating this lore before him, and he just was ended up being a part of it, and obviously being a popular and interesting enough part of it that he got the attention of
Okay.
studios, well, A24 most
Yeah.
importantly in this case, and but yeah, no, it's obviously you know it like of all the sequels that come out, I think this is one that will could be the most fun. I'll be interested to see like how I don't know if like do are people still watching 21 and 22 Jump Street on like Netflix, like younger people who are like just becoming teenagers now, or like
I
who are
mean,
like 3 4 years
as far as I
younger
can
than
tell, people
us,
are.
for example.
Yeah, like I don't know anybody who hasn't seen those movies, to be honest with you. Like everybody in my house has. If I meet people in like younger, like years of uni below me, they've at least seen it. So I think it's still maybe not as culturally relevant as it once was, but like it has a lot of good memories in people. So like yeah, I think I think it would still get a decent opening. Like we'd have to wait and see how the first trailer looks, but I'm confident it could be good considering the creative team behind it. But yeah, and Lord knows Jonah Hill needs a good movie because I don't know if he's really. I haven't seen him in too many things in a while, and
Jonah
the things he has
Hill,
been in haven't been that crazy.
yeah, he's had a weird 2020s. Because I think he's been trying to
Yeah.
cement himself as a director, coming up with screenplays. He does have another movie coming out, I think, in the fall. But he had the Keanu Reeves movie on Apple that did
Oh, I
terrible.
watched that.
Oh, you watched the whole
It's
thing?
fucking awful.
Yeah.
I couldn't finish it, dude. I got about like a third of the way into it. And I'm like, me and my dad looked at each other because we were trying to have a father son movie night, and we just looked at each other, and I was just like, "Can I say something?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." This is really not funny, and this is dog shit. Can we turn it off? Then we ended up watching War Machine instead, which is a lot better. But like. Well, it was just boring, man. I don't know what was up with that movie. It was trying too hard to be funny, and none of the jokes landed. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was very strange. But
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, he still made mid '90s. I like that movie a lot. That one's a
Mhm.
good one. But that was 2019. That was a minute ago, or is it 2018? I don't know. Doesn't still a while ago. But yeah, yeah. But anyways, that's it for my news. Like, what news you got, my friend?
Um, Apparently, Ben Schwartz is in the Beatles movies. He's been spotted filming with Sam Mendes, and I don't know if he's filmed specifically with another member of that cast, like you know, of one of the guys playing the Beatles, but he's in the movie, which is interesting. It's an
Is
interesting
he the guy that
project.
shoots John Lennon?
That would be very interesting, but I don't think so. But
No,
you
because
never
like
know.
think about it though, it's perfect because then like he's walking up to John Lennon and he's just like, "Don't be suspicious, don't be." Sorry, have you seen Parks and Rec? He does that in Parks and Rec. I should apologize if you didn't
Yeah,
understand that, but okay,
right.
all right, good. At least you know what I was talking about. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, sweet. Thank you, sir. Who do you
George
think he plays
Miller. Oh, I have no idea. Sorry, yeah, I don't know. I have no
though?
clue.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, go ahead. I apologize for
Yeah.
interrupting.
Yeah, George
Interrupting.
Miller is looking to develop a final Mad Max movie and a TV series, apparently. Warner Brothers has
Ooh.
passed on it, though, apparently. They've confirmed. But Amazon,
Yeah.
Universal, and Sony are interested in acquiring the rights and I guess
Okay.
producing it. So, there's interest around it, which is good. It's not
I
like,
kind of get why Warner Bros. Passed on it though. I mean, like the last one didn't do that well, which is a shame because I thought
yeah,
it was really good. I fucking love that movie.
yeah, Furiosa's great. Um,
Furious is great. I think, maybe it was just too Australian for some people. I don't know. And also, it took too long between Fury Road and Furiosa to like get like there's too big of a gap. Like it was like 10 years, yeah, or was it 9 years?
it
No,
was
it was
like,
2024. It was 9 years. Yeah.
yeah,
That's a long time between the two movies. I think too long in my opinion. So like if they didn't have that big gap, I feel like it probably would have done a little bit better, but I
yeah.
mean,
I don't know.
again.
It also probably didn't know how to market itself, and like it didn't get as like it got good acclaim, but it wasn't like as universal as Mad Max Fury Road overall. Um,
If I'm being real, they should have leaned even more into like I think Chris Hemsworth for the marketing because I mean not to not to dim Anya Taylor-Joy's performance because she was really good in that movie too, but
yeah,
I think you and I can both agree Chris Hemsworth was the best part of that movie.
yeah,
He was an amazing villain. I thought that was probably the best performance of his career as well. Like he was just like he was really into that role. I really just didn't see him as Thor in that. He did a very good job, I thought.
yeah. I feel like for both of them almost, even for Anya Taylor-Joy, because honestly, like I think she's an exciting actor. I just
Oh
think
yeah.
the projects she signed up for, like coming up, are not nearly as interesting as something like what she's done with Robert Eggers or with Furiosa. I guess she is in Dune. She is in Dune
Yeah.
3, but then she's in. I guess she's not in as much as I thought she was coming up. She's in this TV show for Apple called Lucky. I guess we'll see how that is. I'm not anticipating much. That's also with the heck's his name? Drew Starkey, I think is the other lead of that
Oh,
film,
okay.
that show. And then
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, we'll see. I'm glad they have those films in their film. She has that in her filmography, and obviously it'd be
Yeah.
cool to
Yeah.
see another Mad Max movie. So I'm very, very hoping, very much hoping that they actually go ahead and make that.
Yeah. That would be pretty cool.
Um,
That would be nice.
I don't know if you remember The Power of the Dog or even saw it back in
I do
2021.
remember that movie. Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
director, Jane Campion, says she's currently working on a musical, which is interesting. I would be very. I think she's a very talented director. I'd be very interested to watch that. I thought Power of the Dog was really good. Um, yeah, I'm always down for an interesting musical, so I'll be looking
Yeah.
forward to that being in the pipeline. Um, a story broke that Aaron Sorkin tried to get Jesse Eisenberg back as Mark Zuckerberg for 3 days before Jesse turned it down, like, officially. Did you see the Social Reckoning trailer? Is the
Yes,
natural
actually, I was
lead up
gonna ask you about that.
question.
What did you? I think it looks fucking great, man.
It
To be honest, I'm
looks
really intrigued.
what I expected. I think Sorkin's polishing his look a little bit. It doesn't look the most inspiring cinematography wise. Like it's not like very distinct from other studio movies, which
Yeah.
isn't always necessary for a writer like him, especially because I think his writing is usually distinct enough.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I'm not like the trailer had some interesting moments. It does like I don't know. I like from the dialogue alone, I could see it almost being feeling parody like of Sorkin's own writing. Like I don't know. I'm not entirely convinced it'll work just based off the trailer. But I think Mikey Madison looks like she'll have a strong role. And well, sorry, not Mark's. What the hell am I saying? Why am I?
Mark Strong.
That's
No,
not Mark
no, not
Strong.
Mark Strong. What the fuck?
That is not Mark Strong.
Jeremy Strong.
Jeremy Strong. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Who plays?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, his Zuckerberg is interesting. It sounds like the voice that he's put on for like lots of public things. I
Yeah.
don't know if I wonder if that's his actual voice or if he kind of like changes it. Like I doubt if you have a casual conversation he sounds as much like that, but
Yeah.
it's that it I think it'll be at least an acting contender. I'm not exactly expecting like I think critics are ready to rip it apart to be honest, unless it like
Why?
gen because I think they just think it's a little derivative of like it's a journalism movie, which unfortunately, and I guess some people are going to say this about have been saying this about Disclosure Day, where journalism feels like a really tough topic to capture its importance in the modern day because of how continuous our news cycles are and how less we rely on mainstream news, you know, providers and, people being in just all corners of the internet to get their information about the
Yeah.
world. A lot of which is, of course, untrue, but that not necessarily shattering people's idea of what is true. They could get a lot of misinformation, obviously, and we see this consistently, and believe that's the truth, and then they'll just say, "Oh, you're, well researched, corroborated by multiple sources, news is fake," right? They'll just say that. So
Yeah.
overall lack of critical thinking with that stuff, and so yeah, like I think it's a little harder to see the importance of this journalism expedition that they went on against Facebook when Facebook is still so powerful. Like, okay, it made them change their name, which I guess is kind of funny in the context of the Social Network, where there's that one scene where he's like, "Oh, change the Facebook to Facebook," and now this whole movie is going to be about how they changed Facebook to
Yeah.
Meta. I guess partly as a brand change to avoid, all the negative press they were getting. But I don't think it hurt Facebook enough and Meta enough as a company, considering they have Instagram, Snapchat, like they still have just as much, if not more influence than they did post
Yeah.
that scandal.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is this movie trying? Like, okay, maybe we're calling out Facebook again. That can be healthy in the form of a movie, especially, sure. Because we point back to something that happened in 2021. But like I mean, it's just hard because then you think, oh, they've probably changed a lot of the systems they had then that were negative, but there's probably whole lot of negative now with how their algorithms and things work, but we
Oh
just
yeah.
don't know them yet
100%.
as much, or no
Have you
one's.
been on Facebook recently? Actually, it's fucking wild on there.
Facebook is
Like,
insane. Facebook is
yeah,
insane though. No, no, that is true. Facebook is
yeah.
crazy.
Actually, the craziest part about Facebook that nobody really even talks about enough is like, okay, so for my like master's paper, right? I was looking into advertisements for cars. And at one point, I was looking at using like Meta Ads Center as like a way to just like catalog some ads because you can just go on there and search up all the ads that companies put out on Facebook. And I was trying to search on there. Keep in mind for car advertisements, and I got bombarded with porn advertisements for no reason. So I feel like there's something wrong with that business model, man. Like even like also on Instagram Reels, like you're just watching like movie clips and then occasionally you'll see some weird gooner content. Like it just there's something really
Yeah.
wrong with them as a platform right now. It's strange, and I'm kind of seeing like why the Canadian government is looking to maybe ban social media use for people who are under the age of 16 because it's kind of getting weird and predatory out there with a lot of the content. It makes a
Oh, it
lot more
definitely
sense.
is. I think like
Yeah.
there must be some like there's got to be algorithmic things, I guess, especially for men because they know men are more likely to consume it, but
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
put it on their feed consistently. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
yeah, which obviously, yeah. Well, you can see why you'd want to maybe put a social media ban in place because of something like that. And obviously, the social reckoning as a movie sparks these conversations consistently. I think that's a good thing overall. I think, it's good to have it's healthy overall to have a movie that calls out powerful social media applications such as Facebook overall, and I guess Meta
Mm-hmm.
as a company and figures like Mark Zuckerberg who run them, who
Yeah.
really don't really care about people necessarily.
Nope.
Um, that's a healthy thing to do. I think critics always think people are doing like, I think critics are often more often in a bubble where the people around them are, or they're watching other movies that are doing that, but they're just smaller
Yeah.
movies. And so they're going to be like, oh, these other movies have been doing this more consistently and from a more like present take. Because The Social Reckoning as a concept, throwing like 30-ish million dollars, getting a few breakout movie stars, having Aaron Sorkin write and direct it, it being a spiritual sequel in a classic Oscar bait, like kind of release date is a very, thing they've been like kind of doing since like the 80s with these kind of movies
Yeah.
like All the President's Men, Spotlight obviously was a success just back in 2015. Well,
Spotlight was really fucking good though. I actually rewatched that recently. It's fucking ooh, it's good. Jesus Christ, I forgot how good that movie was. Like,
yeah,
yeah. Even The Post though. We can't forget about The Post. The Post is sort of in that
The
realm.
Post.
Speaking of,
Yeah, well, yeah, I think people have been talking about The Post a little more since Disclosure Day. But
yeah.
the point is, I think people think that, I mean, the concept of the movie itself, like just the way it's being formed, is
Yeah.
just trying to make itself important instead of just naturally being important because of the subject matter. But it's boosting
Yeah.
itself up because it's Aaron Sorkin, it's in a Oscar like kind of position. Oh, there's Mark Zuckerberg. Instead
It's
of
got
the
this
nature
crazy
of the
cast
movie
as
being
well.
just like, yeah, and it has like obviously a couple other notable. Well, I guess Jeremy Allen White is he's more of a TV star still, I'd say, but
Yeah.
he's transitioning, especially since The Bear
Yeah.
is coming to an end. Um,
Yeah. And yeah, also I don't know if I mean you probably saw it in the trailer, so I didn't realize Bill Burr was in this movie as well.
yeah, Bill Burr being in the movie is interesting. Him, especially doing Sorkin dialogue, is an interesting concept. I don't know if I liked
Yeah.
his performance in the trailer. We'll see if it works better in the context because I don't know who he's playing exactly. So maybe it
Yeah.
works better in the context of the movie, but um,
I think Bill Burr can be directed well. I mean, like we saw it on The Mandalorian. I think he was like a bright spot, like from some of those seasons.
yeah, he's funny. Like he stands out compared to, you know, I
Yeah,
guess most of the human cast in that. Um,
yeah.
I say human cast like there was aliens in it, but there's just people dressed as aliens.
What do you mean?
Yeah,
Grogu isn't like an actual living, breathing creature? That's fucked up, man.
well, that's
That's
what they
crazy.
want you to think.
How dare you?
I think Disclosure,
Mm.
Disclosure Day will is potentially changing that. They're
Yes.
doing Lilo and Stitch 2. They are getting Chris Sanders, the original voice and co-director, to direct it.
Are they doing it live action or
I
animated?
think it's the live action sequel.
Ah, Lord. Why? Again?
I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
I'm surprised. Like this feels like more like to me that they fired the guy who did the first one, who did Marcel the Shell. Yeah, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. It feels more like they're firing him than hiring Chris Sanders because I feel like he was always there. They could have hired him in the first place, but I guess they wanted to go with someone else. And it's not like I don't know. There's nothing wrong with what he did, Dean Fleischer Camp. Maybe he'll do other stuff. Hopefully, I think he's
Yeah.
an interesting voice overall. But yeah, you know, now it's I'm sure Chris Sanders is kind of just doing it for the money. I don't know if he's doing other creative projects in his life lately, but you
Yeah.
know what? Get your paycheck. It's gonna happen anyways. Whatever.
Yeah, might as well reap the benefit. That's fair.
Uh,
Oh, Lord. Well, you know what? I would say that this is indicative of Hollywood today, but I mean, like, I think we're starting to, you know, go away with that type of creative mindset where we're just shamelessly remaking things. Like, obviously, there still is like that sort of stuff, but like we just talked about this earlier, we're starting to see more and more like really cool original films. Even if it's based off a property, there's like a new way to look at it, like you see with the Green Lantern TV show, or even like the new upcoming Supergirl movie. Like, those are cool ways to, I think, examine those characters and then kind of explore their mythology a little bit. So, like,
yeah.
yeah, I'm not,
I
I'm
mean,
happy that we're seeing more stuff like that and less stuff like what Disney was doing in the late 2010s, where they were just printing money by remaking all their animated classics.
yeah.
So,
No,
yeah,
it's cool though with stuff like Obsession and Backrooms that they proved that you especially I guess horror's always been easier to do this with, but that you can
oh yeah,
sell to
100%.
Also a new audience with Gen Z being very interested in those movies. You can sell to a
Hmm.
new audience with these original films and make them pretty successful. And so hopefully that's a trend that, stays around. I still haven't seen either of those movies. Have you seen either
You
of
haven't
them?
seen Obsession yet?
No, I still haven't seen Obsession.
Oh, dude, you gotta see that as soon as you fucking can. It's so good. Oh my God. It's amazing. I was so uncomfortable for most of that movie and I loved it. It was great.
Okay.
Definitely one, you should definitely take your girlfriend. I'm sure it'll spark some interesting discussion afterwards.
I was originally going to. I
Yeah,
had an early screening that
yeah,
for the movie that I could have gone to, but then Liv,
yeah.
I was asking if Liv wanted to go, and she didn't think it would be something she wanted to see. But now, because the movie has sparked so much conversation, it's been around so long, she's very intrigued overall. I think before, just by
Mm,
the trailer, it didn't sell her, but the buzz around it, obviously, I think is. So we'll see it eventually. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if
yeah.
we'll see it in theaters, but especially, we got a lot of summer stuff coming out. That'll
No,
be
that's
fun.
fair. You can see it
Um,
on a Tuesday night, honestly. It's a good Tuesday night
yeah,
watch.
maybe. Um, Lionsgate's making a Monopoly movie. Uh, you
Are we
know,
dead ass?
in a post-Barbie world, not surprising at all, but you know, sure. I they mentioned they call them star writing teams. I don't know who these people are. Let me see what they've done before. Minecraft movie and Dumb Money. Yeah,
Okay.
that seems like the combination of writers they get to make a
So
Monopoly
that's the
movie.
writers who came up with the amazing line of dialogue. It's time to Minecraft. Okay, I
Yeah.
understand. So I guess they're gonna be like it's time to Monopoly or something like that. I don't know. Um,
They proved they could
also,
take a popular kind of
yeah,
family childhood thing, and then you got people who know, I guess they're including maybe some economic angle for the adults to be like, here's the realistic thing about money these days. You have none.
yeah, but like, okay, first of all, there's already a Monopoly TV show. It's called Boardwalk Empire, right? It takes place in Atlantic City. That's basically what Monopoly is at the end of the day, if you think about it. It's about real estate in Atlantic City. So like, and also I don't know. I mean, there was no criminal aspect in it, obviously, or maybe there was, but I don't know. Depends on how you play Monopoly, if you stole from your friends or not. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I understood. I got. Well, I had my reservations about Barbie before. Like, I heard who was behind it. Like, Barbie does make sense because it's like, it's the toy for girls over the years, and it was a really interesting way to comment on feminism and the like just being a woman in the modern day and all the things you have to contend with. I don't really see the benefit for making a Monopoly movie aside from making money.
Yeah.
So, just seems, I don't know, man, that just seems kind of lazy. I was just saying we were not doing movies like this. Like, why are we doing a movie like this?
I don't know. With the dumb money writers, I could imagine an angle where they do critique the ultra wealthy and like it could
Well,
be like
I
trying,
hope it goes that way at the very least.
but
But
and it could do it in a funny way because it's Monopoly. You can't make it too serious, I assume. But they're obviously
yeah,
still trying to sell this movie, and so
yeah. Who's directing
who?
this?
I don't think they have a confirmed director. They'll probably just it's a
Okay, I will reserve more comments about this movie until I hear who's directing it, because I think
yeah.
that could also change things.
But there are very few directors who I think in a director for hire thing will be able to turn this script, which I anticipate will not be of the greatest quality, into something
Really?
really good.
What makes you think that?
There's very few directors where I'm like, oh, now I need to see the Monopoly movie, especially since
Hmm,
they haven't been part of the project from its conception, as
yeah.
they revealed. Um, the Michael movie has become the biggest box office music biopic of all time worldwide. It surpasses Bohemian Rhapsody. Um,
That's not unexpected at all. I saw that coming a mile away. Fuck.
Take that, Freddie
I was hoping they
Mercury.
would make a lot of money.
Yeah,
I
I
like
mean,
Michael Jackson. I was also kind of hoping that they would go a bit more in depth, but from what I hear, they haven't. I mean, more so because people were suing the movie before it even came out. So,
well, they
uh,
basically remembered, hey, legally we can't do this or we'll be sued into the ground and we will lose lots of money. And this movie was
yeah,
about money, so they didn't do that. That would
it's
have
about
been
money.
interesting. It would have been more interesting if they just forgot and then got sued into the ground. Or it's even
Yeah,
more interesting if they knew they'd get sued in the ground, they did it anyways. But of course not. It's the Michael
yeah,
Jackson family estate. They care about money. This movie
yeah.
was about money, you know.
See, that's dumb because I feel like whatever money they would have lost in a lawsuit, they could have very easily made it back over the years. Like Michael Jackson's been dead since 2009, and he's still an incredibly popular figure in music and culture. So like I don't know
Yeah.
like what they were worried about. They have an infinite money glitch and they're scared to like use it. It's weird.
They are using it. What do you mean? They've printed $911 million from this movie.
9/11?
Yeah, they 9/11.
They 9/11 the box office. That's insane, guys. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Jeez.
Uh,
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think the biggest thing for me was like I heard that they had filmed a bunch of stuff in Studio 54, including like Diana Ross, but I think she was legally, from what I understand, she was legally involved as well. Because like I need to, allegedly she may or may not have groomed Michael because like they did meet when he was a kid, and then like she eventually dated him. So like I don't know, like it's a bit fishy how all
yeah.
that played out. So I imagine she didn't want that in the movie, and it's too bad because that would have been an interesting aspect or dimension to take a look at the person of Michael Jackson. But I mean, that's it's unfortunate they just can't do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, at least we're getting a sequel, so maybe they'll cover the other stuff. So I guess
Yeah.
we'll see what they can legally
Who
do.
knows? Yeah, I don't know
Yeah,
what they legally or financially will want to do because,
yeah,
they might just take the money and run with it and not
maybe. I mean,
put
like a
more money
sequel
back
apparently
in.
has been confirmed, but like I don't know. I guess we'll see what they do
I
with
don't
it.
know if
But
it's been confirmed, to my knowledge,
huh?
but I don't know if it's been like, oh, we're 100% doing
I
this.
thought it was confirmed.
Get
Hold on,
ready to
hold on.
watch it. Uh, it's like they have footage to do it, and then they could like shoot it.
Yeah,
I think they would need to shoot it more though. They need to shoot more stuff, I think,
probably yeah.
or reshoot stuff, something,
A sequel is in development, is what they're saying right now.
right?
Yeah,
Which could literally mean nothing, but
yeah.
who knows?
Hope they make it. That would be cool.
Yeah, you didn't see the movie, did you?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I didn't know if I wanted to go to spend money on that in the theater.
That's
Um,
fair.
I was just kind of gonna wait for when it came out on home digital, so I could just like watch it legally, of course. Nothing nothing unscrupulous, of course. Yeah, yeah, I was gonna do that. Yeah, I don't know. I just didn't really feel like going to the theater for that. I think like as soon as I saw the reviews, I was like, okay, this is probably just one I wait for when I get home. No matter how much I love Michael Jackson and his music, but yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah,
Netflix is
yeah. Did you
looking
see
at.
it?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying, Netflix is looking to expand another one of its popular movie titles into a series. They're looking at making Hitman, the movie with Glenn Powell that was directed by Richard Linklater, into a series. I mean,
Oh, no.
it's not a terrible thing to turn to a series potentially.
Does
Like
it
it's,
not everything needs to be a franchise. Can we just go some things just it's okay to have them be standalone, you know?
yeah,
Like
I'm
Hitman
sh
was a fucking great ass movie. Like we don't need the story was complete. It was a good ending. Can we just leave it alone? Like does it really matter? God.
yeah,
You know, if they
I'm
put this much effort into turning all their other stuff into franchises that they did, instead of like, making Stranger Things have a good finale, I think like Netflix would be in a lot better position right now. Now they're just like fucking grasping at straws, trying to make a quick buck on anything they can. It's ridiculous. It's fucking stupid.
they are taking less risks, which is not as fun, obviously. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I obviously, if anything, like this is better than I don't know, a fucking like Damsel series or like a Gray Man series or something. Like I don't know what else on the net.
Hey man, fuck, I forgot about that.
It's better than one of those slop originals. And this is at least something that could be interesting. Obviously, I think there's a lot of TV pilots that are original, maybe even based on other stuff. They're probably better than this, um, but they're not
Yeah,
going to do it. So
that's
I
what I'm
guess if
saying,
it was
man.
going to be something that was based on something that already I had some success, I guess I'd rather be this. So you know what? I'll uh I'll accept it.
Hmm.
Maggie Gyllenhaal after The Bride, unfortunately one of the flops of the year that probably be forgotten by basically everyone. Uh, is doing another movie with Warner Brothers though. Uh, they optioned the Rachel Kushner novel called Creation Lake. She's gonna write and direct it. It's about a spy who disrupts a farming collective in France, only to develop second thoughts about her life. Uh, describes tackling ideas of activism, paranoia, and nihilism in the form of a philosophical thriller. I mean, sounds like it could be interesting, and I still haven't seen any of her movies. I didn't. The Lost Daughter was well acclaimed, honestly. I did not watch that. This sounds like it maybe goes somewhere in between the more big studio filmmaking of The Bride with, I guess, her indie sensibilities with
What
The Lost
happened to
Daughter.
the bride? I didn't hear anything about that. Like
Just
after it came
it was
out.
just so mixed and very few defenders, and so like if Maggie Gyllenhaal makes some really good movies in the future, maybe some people will look back on The Bride and be like, "Oh, this actually has some of her genius in it." But right now,
Yeah.
people aren't necessarily, she's not considered. She's not nearly close to like
Oh,
even like
I see why I never heard about it. It bombed like really badly.
yeah, it did not do well at the box office, which is
24 million on a 90 million dollar budget is not good. That's
no,
Jeez.
not at
That's
all.
unfortunate. Only 57% Rotten Tomatoes though. That's like better than Michael.
Yeah, but Michael made money, so
Yep. No, it did. You're absolutely right.
The Bride would kind of have to be an Oscar player, which it won't
Yep.
be, because
Hmm.
not only did it flop, it just doesn't really have anyone's attention.
Hmm.
Um, they confirmed Brad Bird, I think, is supposed to have his new movie this year, The Incredibles Ratatouille director with Ray Gunn for Netflix. An interesting original Netflix project.
Oh.
Michael Giacchino is reuniting to do the score for the movie, which is always good.
Hmm.
Appreciate what he's done on The Incredibles and Ratatouille, especially, but also with Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol. Um, so I'm looking forward to that for sure. Um, I haven't seen it yet, but the I think hand-drawn style animated movie called Gato for Pixar is coming out next year, March 5th. They had a teaser trailer and it looks fun. I'm looking forward to
Ooh.
it. Style looks good.
S- Sam Rockwell, Scarlett Johansson, Tom Waits, John Ratzenberger is coming back. Okay, yeah, okay. This looks all right. This looks interesting.
Yeah, the animation's
Yeah,
not as like it's not as Pixar like level of current Pixar, but
it looks unique.
hmm,
Yeah, I don't see too much stuff like this. This is cool. Okay, all right, there we go. That's the risks I want to see Netflix taking. That's cool as fuck, man. Okay, there we go. Cool,
right.
cool, nice. More shit like that, please.
All right.
Right, right.
I think that's probably it. Um,
Yeah.
oh, one other funny thing is that Drewski has been cast in the movie The Catch. You know, the streamer, yeah, the street
Yeah, I know Drewski.
with Emma Stone and Chris Pine. It's a rom-com that's I think slated to come out in 2027.
Okay.
I don't know. It's interesting. I think this is a pretty major film role, and for something that I think has the potential to be pretty good. I mean, Emma Stone's husband's directing it. but I think she has pretty good taste overall. I don't know if I don't remember what else he's done. Her husband, Dave. He directed this movie called Brigsby Bear, which had some acclaim, and they've been producing lots of good things.
Oh, I heard of Brigsby Bear. Yeah.
So
Okay.
I think it could be good. So it's
Yeah.
interesting that Drewski's going to be a part of that. Hopefully,
Interesting.
it'll work out for the
Yeah.
best.
Cool.
All right.
I will
Um,
say, before we get into Disclosure Day, I did actually see, I forgot to mention this too, I did see Masters of the Universe.
okay.
I don't know if you saw it.
No, did not.
It was all right. You know,
Okay.
it was fun. I enjoyed parts of it. Jared Leto was actually the best part of the movie, if you can believe that. I actually can't believe I'm saying that, but it's crazy.
That does seem crazy. Um,
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I can't honestly can't believe I'm even saying that, but I mean, as somebody who used to watch a lot of Teletoon Retro as a kid, He-Man was on quite a bit, and I did watch that a lot. And yeah, I thought his Skeletor was really good and pretty like accurate to the character I used to watch as a kid. So like yeah, and I also like Nicholas Gazeltine as like He-Man. I think it was like fun, you know. It's enjoyable. It's too bad it's not doing well, but I mean, I sort of get it as well. I think the marketing for this movie wasn't the best. Like, it's crazy. Like the trailers didn't even sell me on the movie. What sold me on the movie was like me remembering like that He-Man meme with the Four Non Blondes song. Do you know what I'm talking about?
maybe,
I was like, you like that one? I
potentially.
said,
I think
hey.
I've maybe seen the image. I don't know if I've seen like the video.
You should
Um,
search this up. It's fucking,
okay.
it's stupid as hell. It's just like all they did like it was like an early YouTube viral video. It was like
Right.
they got like they chopped up frames of He-Man from the TV show and Skeletor and just made them sing along to this song in a really stupid way.
Okay.
So yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah, I don't know, but like it was like fine. I don't know. Like if you want to watch it, I would recommend maybe either going to see it on a Tuesday or just waiting till it comes out on home video. Like
Yeah.
it's probably not gonna get a sequel, but it was all right. You know, I kind of enjoyed it. It was sort of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I guess we'll get into Disclosure Day. It is the
Yeah.
brand new Steven Spielberg directed movie written
Yep.
by David Koepp, who did the screenplays for stuff
Mhm.
like Mission Impossible, Jurassic Park, more
Yep.
recently Black Bag, and what was that called? Presents, which were
Mhm.
Steven Soderbergh movies, which I enjoyed those both. Those were very good movies.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think I've given all three of his scripts the same rating. Um, well, and it's a good rating. And
Mhm.
this stars Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth, kind of the main players, and I guess Eve Hewson. I think I said that name right.
Mhm.
Um,
Can't forget Wyatt Russell as well. He's also
oh,
in
Wyatt
this.
Russell. I forgot, that he like I don't know, he's an interesting place in his career. I don't know. It's cool that he's in this movie, but he's kind of like the
Yeah.
least important character of an actor I knew.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, he's good. He's still like getting like TV roles and shit. Like he's in that Monarch Legacy Monsters show. I like that one enough. So
Okay,
yeah,
fair enough.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it is a 2 hour and 20-minute movie. How did you feel about the length overall?
I was fine with the length, honestly. If anything, I was kind of hoping to stay in that world a little bit more.
Okay,
Like, yeah, no, no. For me, like, I felt very immersed in the plot. Like, when they were like kind of jumping ahead a little bit. I think the best example of this is like when they were like releasing all the alien footage. Like, I felt very immersed at that point. The movie did a very good job at making me feel like like the audience, at least me, feel like I was part of the group of civilians around the world just like witnessing this. I think that was like kind of a cool part of it. You know, I definitely felt the gravitas of that situation. I don't know. I think because I feel like it'd be really cool if something like that actually happened in real life. I'm sorry to like this is like so simplified, but like I just think it's really cool. That's really it. I just thought it was sweet. Like the whole movie, I really enjoyed it a lot. It felt a lot like Minority Report, actually. Like not really because of like the subject matter, but more just because of like the tone, how everything was shot. Maybe not as much on the way things were shot because it's not as like desaturated as Minority Report was, but still the way. I mean, it's the same cinematographer, so it makes sense. I think also the score. I mean, it's the same composer too. Like it felt just kind of like a throwback to like an older Steven Spielberg sci-fi movie, and I think that was probably my favorite part about it. It's like it's classic Spielberg, like back in the cinemas again, and I really enjoyed that part of it. Like it made me feel like I was a kid again watching one of his movies, and I like that a lot. I think specifically it's like speaking on like aspects of like the cinematography. The cinematography is fantastic. Like I really like all the cool dynamic camera movements that is it Janusz Kaminski? Is that how you say his name? Yeah, Janusz Kaminski.
Yeah.
He's been doing Steven Spielberg's movies for ages, and like you can really tell the two just like they just enter flow state together. The shit they are able to do to keep like the viewer engaged is like really special. Like even just like a simple shot where like somebody is like just on the phone, they make it really intriguing by doing the whole spinning around thing to kind of keep the momentum going. I really like stuff like that. And also like that whole sequence where like the camera's like following Josh O'Connor as he's trying to get into like the Ward X like vehicle. I thought that was really interesting too. It was really fluid motion with the camera. Like you almost forget that there's a camera there. You almost feels like you're just like floating around and observing what's happening. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Um,
No,
Sorry, I
that is
sound like
a
such a teenager saying cool all the time, but you know what I mean. Like I just thought it was fucking banging, man. I had a great time in the theater. You know, I like the ending too. I like how like it was just listen. That was how it ended. Like sorry to spoil it. I mean, like you probably should have known this by now, but yeah, just the all the alien wanted was for people to just listen to it. I don't know what gender it was. I'm not gonna misgender the alien, but all the alien wanted was for people to listen to it and just like understand what they wanted, I guess. And it's kind of indicative of that whole like theme that they were talking about earlier in the movie, where it's how empathy is like this great like sentient like aspect of humanity that we have, but we just choose to ignore it so much. And I think that's a really important message, especially in a time like today, where like oh you got a visitor.
yeah, wait, let me
Yeah, it's all good.
hello?
How long?
Hi.
How long? Because I've got pancakes.
Oh. Like 15, 20.
Okay.
Less than that.
Cold ones. Okay.
Right. All right.
Are they okay?
Yeah, everything's good. We're just having lunch soon, so we can probably wrap
Oh,
up
cool.
this
Okay.
in
Yeah. I'll be quick. I only have a couple
five,
more
ten
things I want to say
minutes.
about it.
That's fair.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I mean, I think it's I think this movie was like another example of like hope, and it was good to see stuff like that again in a time like we are in now. I mean, like I think that the story was very like indicative of the time we're in like right now. Like I mean, like they're talking about like a potential World War III happening in this film, and it kind of feels like we're teetering towards that at times here and there in real life. So I thought it was very topical. And I think that something like the discovery of alien civilizations could, I don't know if it would bring about world peace, but I think it would certainly, I don't know, help humanity be able to work together a bit better. And I guess in that way, that's what made me feel hopeful about it. It's like, maybe one day if there is like this discovery or whatever that, I don't know, the world could be like a little bit more chill for a bit because right now it's just a lot of anxiety. Like every day you wake up, there's always some new horrible shit on the news feed. And also, again, we were talking about it earlier, the movie's kind of like a love letter to journalism, like a real actual journalism, not just like feeding into the typical news cycle. Like people who are actually doing the hard investigative stuff to deliver truth to people that they need to see. So I think that was really nice to see, and it would be nice to see like a return to that in real life as well, because journalism is sort of a dying breed right now, and it's like kind of sad. It bums me out a lot. Like we don't get enough investigative reportings right now, whether that's due to corporate ownership or fear of being murdered. yeah, it's just really not a great time to be a journalist right now. So hopefully that can change. But anyways, that was my thoughts on the movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It was probably, I don't know if it's like my favorite movie of the year, but it's definitely like it's top 10 at this point. So yeah. Anyways, go ahead. You got lunch to get to, so give me all your thoughts. I'm
Yeah.
all ears.
Did you say top 10 of the year?
Top 10 of the year so far for me. Yeah.
Okay. Not higher? Really?
Huh? No, I mean I think. Ooh, actually, what I don't even know what my top 10 would be. Maybe it's top five then. Maybe it's top five. I think it's like if it's top five though, it's five. It's five for
Okay.
me.
We
Cause
can go
like
over what's come out later, but I'll just give my thoughts where
yeah, true. Yeah.
yeah, I mean I agree with everything you said. Like the camera movements and everything is kind of stuff you only really get with someone who really plans out and has vision for their sequences, which I think is a lot harder also the indie film level. And then they just don't really do it as much on the blockbuster level because they're always too worried, I think, about things going wrong or rely too much on VFX. So you can't do a shot that long because I think it gets maybe too complicated because you can't
Mhm.
do a shot that long usually on a soundstage. But
Mhm.
it works really well, obviously, in this movie, and Spielberg's using the resources given to him pretty much to the highest caliber possible. Like, um, there's obviously maybe some more impressive movies that have smaller budget, but this is definitely up there as far as like, set pieces and, overall
Mhm.
scale for its budget, not being massive, still like what, 110 million. Um, and having still a good amount of VFX and like sci-fi stuff, which is used really effectively. It is kind of like at its core a chase movie, which I think is what kept it very entertaining. Like I said,
Mhm.
I agree with you that throughout most of it, I wasn't really feeling the runtime because there was always something interesting going on, and or at the very least, you're like, oh, are they actually going to get away? Um, as things are
Mhm.
playing out. Emily Blunt's very good in this movie. I think she
I
gets,
didn't even mention her. Yeah, she's fantastic. She's so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, it's
Yeah.
not something you typically think is like an excellent, great, maybe Oscar-worthy dramatic performance. But the
It creeps up
way her role
on you
works,
though.
yeah, like the way her
Yeah.
role works, you have to consider that she is playing a human who's experiencing kind of a cognitive and I guess, her speech has to be different than it ever has been, and she has to do that fluidly. Like there's like one take where she goes from sitting with the Korean guest on the show to starting like to checking in with her producer and everything at the news station to then starting to do the weather report before the alien like the mathematical kind of clicking is coming out of her mouth. That's all
Yeah.
done in one take. It's incredibly impressive also that she's acting and doing that all in one take. And she ends up talking really fast because she doesn't know what's happening to her. But I guess all this information is just pouring through her brain, and she communicates that very well with how she's talking. I think Spielberg and her crafted the approach to that
Mhm.
character really well. And it kind of maybe reminds me even of like a Sorkin type of performance where Sorkin's writing often has characters speak really quickly, like especially in The Social Network, for example. And you get that there
Yeah.
sometimes, Emily Blunt, the way she has to like talk her way out of situations or talk to people in a way where it's like, I know all this stuff, I need to get it out to you, but I also need to go, right? Because there's a sense of urgency. And I think that works really well,
Mhm.
just as, part of the film. John Williams doing like it feels like a very classic John Williams score. I feel like I've heard it before, but it is still different enough in a lot of places. I'll be interested to. I want to listen to the rest of the soundtrack. I'll be probably doing that later. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and like I agree with
You're absolutely
everything
right. Yeah.
you said also about the movie's themes. Like the World War III aspect, I feel like could have been pronounced a little bit more. Like the world seemed kind of calm otherwise. Like obviously they're in the middle of the chase the whole time, but I don't feel like we captured the dread of a potential like world conflict as much as other movies often do. It feels like a little bit
Yeah.
thrown in there. Um,
No, it's
but
understandable.
I kind of get the idea, like, but I also like that he does leave it ambiguous how people overall react to the existence of these aliens. And you also get the feeling like he's not trying to pretend like he knows exactly how everyone react, but obviously the plea of what he hopes for, knowing that there's like, and I think this is like a universal thing about faith, and I guess, or just like, believing in something beyond what we know on Earth, is that there's something more
Yeah.
important than ourselves, or at least something else that might is important
Hmm.
like ourselves. And so therefore we don't put as much
Hmm.
importance into ourselves and, our personal interests, even as like nations on the international level. So I think that was,
Yeah.
a really interesting way to approach that topic, obviously. Um, it's also a little harder, I guess, to sometimes feel like fear for the characters because I think the rules, especially of their powers, felt like what the technology they had, what it could do felt because they don't spend time just explaining it, which I appreciate. It still is kind of vague as like what exactly can it do sometimes, like what are its limits and that kind of thing. So I think it just doesn't work as well as like a tension thing. Like it's really cool that set piece where it's like, oh, the house has disappeared, and then they all are trying to get them because they can see the device, but then they keep running into walls and things like that. It's interesting. It just feels like, oh, this is kind of also a device being used and set up before because they need to figure out a way to create the tension of, oh, they're out outside their door, but we can also escape and continue the story. It's like it's not perfect in that way as a chase movie,
Yeah. Yeah.
which again is a very high
Yeah.
bar. I
No.
feel like there's only very few movies that reach that, and obviously this movie has a lot of other things on its mind, which I think it does pretty well at.
Hmm.
I would
Oh yeah. No,
say,
it's definitely a balancing work there.
yeah, and while it's provoking these conversations about empathy and things like that, I think the movie itself is more of a vehicle towards that than like I feel like Spielberg doesn't have the strongest perspective. Like what he's communicating through this movie is not necessarily a super strong perspective, which is fine. It
Hmm.
just I think there are a lot of interesting movies that are maybe more interesting overall that talk about similar things but have a more
Hmm.
specific point of view, which I don't get that as much. But of
Yeah.
course, being like a big blockbuster movie, he's obviously not trying to get too political about things, even though politics are naturally a part of like a topic like this of talking about truth and, information and journalism.
Yeah.
But it still does a good job of provoking these conversations and being entertaining while doing it. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
a pretty good movie.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, I definitely say so too. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Happy I got to watch that in a theater on opening weekend.
Did you
Yeah,
see it
actually, at
in
my theater
a
there was a lot. Sorry,
Did you see it in a specific format?
I just saw it in Ultra AVX. Yeah,
Okay, nice.
it's
I
pretty good
think
in that.
that's probably
Yeah.
better than IMAX actually, because it's a widescreen movie, so it fits, I think, the Ultra AVX screens
Yeah,
better.
I would say so. Actually, something weird happened at my screening. I don't know what it was up with it, but I don't know if this is a theater specific thing, but a lady from Cineplex who like walked in and was like, "Hello, everyone! Welcome to Devonshire Mall and the screening of Disclosure Day." And then like there was like an awkward like half applause after that. I don't know what the hell was up with that. I felt kind of bad because
Right.
like clearly nobody knew what to do and why it was happening because like this does not happen at a theater usually, but like yeah, like she gave it her all. I don't know if that happens at other theaters. There's in this movie, but yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
I don't know.
But
Maybe it's
yeah,
like a
no,
manager
don't
who
know what that was
really
about.
likes to do that to try to get people excited. Or it's like a pilot program that some Cineplexes are testing. It's like, do people get more into the movie and have a better experience overall when we help them like get excited for the movie beforehand?
I mean,
Who
there is like
knows?
a way to do that. There is like a way to do that, and that would probably be to like I don't know, not charge an arm and a leg for snacks. Maybe lower ticket prices just a little bit,
Yeah, but that costs
and
money.
I don't know, maybe make sure like yeah,
they're already
Also,
paying
how
her.
about like just not making sure that the picture is actually locked into place properly? Because like they had a little snafu as well before the movie where like there was something blocking part of the projector, and then they quickly realized their mistake like right as the movie was about to play and like had to fix it. It was so weird.
Huh.
So yeah,
That is.
yeah.
Well, I haven't had that before, I don't think. At least they fixed it.
Yeah, I mean it's Windsor, you know, like shit like that's happened before. I'm not entirely surprised. I've never had it happen in Toronto, but yeah, definitely before in Windsor.
Yeah.
It's happened a
Like,
couple
I'm
times.
used to the intros, like, especially, well, because they do
Yeah.
them at, like, the press screenings and everything usually. And there's
Hmm.
usually a good response. Like, there was definitely some people in the room who were like, oh my gosh, Steven Spielberg. It's the new Steven Spielberg. And, like, I like Spielberg. I'm not, like, a fanboy. I like a lot of his most, I guess, beloved movies I hadn't even seen till recently. So, but I mean, they're still
Yeah,
really
that
good.
is true. You were behind on Indiana Jones like for a while there, man, and I was just like, man, you gotta
Yeah,
watch these movies. Yeah, but I'm
yeah,
glad you've seen them now. That's good, at least. But
hmm
we don't talk about Dial of Destiny. It doesn't even exist.
hmm yeah. I'm not planning to
Yeah.
watch that. So,
I'll watch it. Dude, you know, everybody shits on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but it at least feels like an Indiana Jones movie still. You know, I actually kind of like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but Dial of Destiny, nope. Not down for that. It's a piece of
yeah,
cock. It's not a good movie. So, yeah. Anywho, we give it a score then? I think you should go first since
yeah.
you.
I will. I
Since you
gave it an 8 out of 10. It's the
Ooh,
best
okay.
movie of the year that came out just this year. Like I have some
Yeah,
things above it that technically released in Canadian theaters this year, but were
yeah,
festival screenings last year.
yeah. I'd probably give it like either an 8 or a 7.5. Like either of the two. It's a really fucking good movie. I enjoyed it a lot. It's a nice popcorn flick. I hope it does well this weekend. Box office experts are saying it needs at least $300 million to break even. I hope it gets that. That would be good. You know, I think it
Yeah, I
definitely
mean,
could. I
hopefully.
mean, it's Steven Spielberg. Like they're projecting like $65 million opening. It's $115 million budget. I think it can do it. Honestly, I think a good chance.
Yeah.
Plus, like I don't
Uh,
know, word of mouth seems to be pretty positive. I haven't heard anything really bad about it, but yeah.
it's not terribly good either, though. It has like a B cinema
Mm.
score. I think the audience score is kind of eh. Like, there's definitely some people who, I guess, thought this movie was something different. I don't know. I don't know what they
Yeah, maybe
want.
that's more of the fault of the marketing, if anything. But like,
Yeah, because it's not necessarily your
yeah,
typical blockbuster, especially by the ending. Like, the ending is very not the most satisfying. It's a think. It's more of a thinker piece than a whoa. Because even the final sequence of seeing all the footage of the aliens is like we technically already had that, right? So the
yeah.
climax is not the alien footage; it's the people's reaction to it, which I think some people might think is not as satisfying as like I don't
I mean,
know
my roommate
other
was certainly
stuff,
one of those people. He wasn't as high on the movie as I am, but
right?
he just doesn't get it. He's a fucking loser. No, I'm joking. That's my best friend. I love that guy.
Living
But
amongst the normies.
fuck, fuck you, Lee. If you ever find this video, I hate you and your stupid opinions. No, I'm joking. Again. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay to have different opinions. But yeah, no, I mean, I can understand it certainly not being for everyone. I kind of like that aspect of it though. I like just kind of sitting with I like kind of sitting with people's reactions on like finding out aliens are real for the first time. I think that's like a very, I don't know. It felt kind of like it felt how I kind of expected things to go, like in terms of like what would happen in real life if something like that was happening. I think that would be a moment where people would be, where the whole world would probably stop if it was broadcast in that fashion. Would be nice to see because I mean, there's not many things that could do that these days because it's such an attention economy. There's always something pulling people's attention away.
Hmm.
But I think this would be one of the things to do it for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the U.S. government is watching our channel. Release the footage, I guess, if there is any. Like we know that there's UFOs. There is footage of that released, but whether or not that's actually aliens is up for debate. I would love it if if it was confirmed that aliens. I mean, aliens are definitely real. There's no mistaking that. There's no way this universe is just empty and then it's just us. Like that's impossible. But I don't know. It would be cool to see maybe if one day, if there was any interaction with the world governments with aliens before. So
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if they would all go to the United States though. I don't know what's up with that. Like
Yeah,
always happens
that-
in movies. They always,
I think
they always go to
the-
the United States. They never go to like Russia or like.
I think the justification is that the U.S. at the time had the most military superpower to be able to take it down, and so therefore, also the people that the aliens visit are also Americans. Isn't that convenient? Except
It's
it's
convenient.
just British Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor. They're actually Brits in disguise.
I think Josh O'Connor isn't Josh O'Connor Irish?
Is he Irish? O'Connor is
I think
definitely
he is.
more of an Irish.
Let me look at this right
His
now.
accent is not that Irish, though. To be
Let me
fair,
see.
I don't think it is. He's English.
Is he? Oh, he is English. Okay, never mind. He's from Southampton. All right, yeah. There we go. Yeah.
Also, I've never heard a movie say Daniel so many times. They have to say his name so many times because Josh O'Connor's playing a guy named Daniel, but they keep saying,
Yeah, look at that.
yeah, there's a whole
It's like they
bit
were
where it's
saying
like
something
because
to you.
Emily Blunt's like, I need to go see Daniel, and then Wyatt Russell, the boy, like the partner character, is like, what do you mean you need to see Daniel? Who is he? And so they just keep saying
It's
Daniel
you,
the
it's
whole
you.
movie. I know it's me.
It's you.
It's literally me.
Yeah.
But I think this movie competes with There Will Be Blood for most Daniels said in a movie. Actually, probably breaks the record for like a big studio-ish movie that says Daniel has a Daniel, and they just say Daniel so many
That
times.
just sounds like an ESPN stat. That just sounds like an ESPN stat for movies. That's crazy. Oh my goodness.
No, I think it's the most Daniels mentions ever.
The most animals. Mm-hmm.
Well, because then Coleman
Daniel
Domingo says
mentioned?
his name like multiple times, even though he knows who he is.
He
Like he's
does?
worked with him. And then,
Yeah.
like everyone's saying Daniel. I swear, no other character's name is said nearly as much. Like they maybe say Hugo a few times.
Nope.
I feel like they don't even say Margaret that much.
It's definitely Daniel a lot more. You're not wrong.
Yeah, like they keep saying Daniel. So that's why
I
this
mean,
movie.
he's the catalyst for the plot, so I'm not entirely surprised.
That's the reason it's the best movie
I mean,
of
he's-
the year.
Yep.
Okay, wait,
Indeed.
quickly. We're gonna go through some other. So this or Project Hail Mary? Disclosure Day or Project Hail Mary?
I like Project Hail Mary more than this. I think Project Hail Mary might be my favorite movie of the year so far, to be honest.
Incorrect.
Amaze.
Did you see Hoppers?
I did not see Hoppers, no. Is it good?
It's pretty good. Did you see I Love Boosters?
I heard good things. See, I want to go see I Love Boosters. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I hear it's like I know it's the same guy who did Sorry to Bother You, you know? But I'm going in with a different mindset than when I watched that movie. Like I think like Sorry to Bother You was like in hindsight, maybe I was a bit more harsh on it because I was a teenager and I didn't really understand the vibes that they were trying to come across with, but I think knowing what Ty West does now, I would probably no, it's not Ty West, sorry. Fuck, who directed I Love Boosters?
Boots Riley.
It's Boots Riley. That's my mistake. Yeah, no, Boots Riley. Knowing what Boots Riley does now, I think I would go in. I'm gonna go in with a different mindset. You know, I gotta find some time for that movie. I'd still like to go see it because I like Keke Palmer. I like the cast. I like the vibes they're presenting, and I like this sort of like anti-capitalist like message he puts in a lot of his movies. So I think I'm definitely gonna go check it out. I just need to find some time here. Hopefully, I can watch it in theaters still. I think it's still in theaters. This is not.
Might be harder.
I'm gonna see.
Might be.
I'm gonna look at Cineplex right now.
Obsession or Disclosure Day?
Ooh. Obsession. Yeah.
Damn.
No, Disclosure Day is great, but like, dude, trust me, when you see Obsession, you'll understand. It's fucking. Oh, it's so good.
Disclosure Day or Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie.
I should go Nirvana, man. Yeah, Disclosure Day is good. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think I like it a lot better than He-Man. I like it a lot better than a few other movies I've seen this year. But Like what you were just saying right now, like those other movies are like that's like building up my top five right there.
Right.
So Hail Mary, Nirvana the Band the Show, and Obsession are those. I think those are my top three. I'm not sure what order yet, but those are definitely my top three so far.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
yeah. I think Disclosure Day is probably like 5 or 4,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if I
Yeah.
rank those not including Obsession, it would go Nirvana, Disclosure Day, Project Hail Mary for me.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
you know, that's just me.
Hmm.
All right. Well, you know, what's coming out next? Toy Story 5 and Supergirl are on the horizon. I'm assuming at least one of
Yeah.
those two.
I might even watch Supergirl. I don't know about Toy Story 5.
I've heard good things. The buzz is good so far, and I probably have to see it with Liv anyway, so I'm hoping it's good. It's also second pick on my Metacritic for the summer. Actually, I don't know if we've updated ours, but um, I'm trying to remember who. Here, wait. I guess let's do a quick. I want to just update you. I was trying to remember who had what for stuff that's already
Yeah.
come out quickly, and then we'll
Yeah.
sign off.
Yeah. Let's take a look.
I'll try to share my screen if I can quickly.
Mm.
You watching any of the World Cup?
I know that Bosnia almost beat Canada yesterday. I'm glad that we didn't. I'm glad that we didn't lose to them though. It's the
Yeah.
tie. But man, I gotta say, I'm just putting this out there right now. Our men's team for fucking I shouldn't say soccer, I guess it's football, but like our men's team for football is kind of dookie compared to like how dominant our women's team has been over the years. Like it's wild, like the discrepancy
Right.
in like in team presence and quality. Like our women's team is so goddamn good. I don't know what the hell our men's team is doing. Like we got to step up our game, man. But anyways, yeah, yeah. Oh
Canadians
man, I
just
had
we care
Scary
about lots
Movie
of
on
other
there.
things.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Uh,
man, that's gonna bring my score down for sure.
yeah. Well, this is it. Disclosure Day had like a 75, I think.
Yeah, something like
We'll
that.
see what Toy Story 5 does.
I, I'm definitely. I think I might be losing this.
Yeah,
What
I'll be real. It does not look good for you. Looks definitely better for me overall. I
No, it does
also
not. Why the fuck did what was
Backrooms
wrong
was
with me
kind of
that
a
day? Why did I
critical
pick
hit.
Scary Movie?
I think because it was your last pick,
Uh,
to be fair.
ugh,
To be
what was I
fair, I don't
thinking,
think
man?
One
Fuck.
Night Only is going to be
Goofy.
very good. Dog Stars also probably
I
won't
did
do
see the
very
trailer.
well.
It looks all right.
Dog Stars or One Night Only?
What?
Did you see Dog Stars trailer or
Dog.
One Night Only trailer?
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer for that. It looks all right, but it's Ridley Scott, so I don't know which way it's gonna go. It's either gonna be pretty
No,
solid or like
I
mid.
think it looks kind of bad. I don't think it's going to be good. I'm not.
Okay. Maybe Ridley Scott should retire, man. I'm not one to be
He
ageist, but like
should,
bro needs to
no,
hang it up.
he kind of should hang it up. Give his, like, let the studio money
I don't
he's
think he doesn't
taking.
have the sauce anymore. He lost a while ago.
He can take the money he's taking up with his movies and give it to someone else in the studio system. He doesn't need it. He's
Yeah.
not doing much with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have tickets for the Odyssey yet?
No, I don't actually. I should probably look into that. See if I can see if there's any even available.
Because you're in Windsor right now? Question mark.
I am in Windsor, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can get tickets for the Odyssey right now, actually. I wonder what they cost.
Well, I guess it depends what you
All
want to see
right.
it in.
Well, I definitely want to see it in IMAX.
Yeah.
see what the Thursday C preview is looking like.
I know a lot of
I
them
know,
have
see
been
preview.
pretty, like,
Oh,
most
it's actually not
people.
bad. I could get tickets.
Huh.
I could literally get the tickets right now, honestly. This is
Nice.
actually not too bad. Honestly, one of the benefits of being in a smaller market is that like it's actually not too bad to get movie tickets for the most part. So you can
Yeah,
you usually don't have to worry about a packed theater. I mean, like
right.
theaters get busy, but they don't book out as early as they do in like Toronto or something like that. So
No.
yeah.
Well, like the 70 millimeter IMAX at Mississauga or at Square One, that's the one I ended up getting tickets for. That booked out
Yeah.
like pretty heavily.
I imagine it did. And then the fucking I imagine the IMAX at Vaughan is gonna be pretty busy as well.
Yeah, same format. It's
I actually fucking love that theater. I don't know if I ever told you this, but when I was 5 years old, my mom took me to go see Kingdom of the Crystal Skull there. Um, I don't know if that was a good movie to see at 5 because the ants really scared me, but like, man, was that theater cool? Because I was like, whoa, spaceship on the roof, like how cool. But yeah, I gotta go
right.
to that theater
Yeah. Like this
again
is how,
sometime
I
soon.
don't know if you
Be
can see
sweet.
this. This is how
Yeah.
booked out it is.
Oh Lord. Oh my God, that's crazy. Why do they even offer seats that close to the screen for IMAX? It's just gonna look horrible. Like honestly,
Yeah,
it's just
I
dog
mean,
shit.
some people might buy them. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, uh, hopefully that is a good movie too. And,
Hmm.
you know, but Disclosure Day is a very solid start to the summer. You know, probably,
Indeed, honestly, yeah. Happy to see a Steven Spielberg sci-fi movie back in theaters. You know. Oh, another thing I'll say. It also reminded me a bit of Close Encounters of the Third Kind, just because of the subject matter.
a
So,
little bit.
because that
Yeah.
movie has a lot more build-up to when you really see the aliens as well. So,
For sure.
yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right. All right. We should wrap this up. Thanks everyone for
Yeah.
watching this episode of the Dead Film Critics Society podcast, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.
Yep.